Tonight on Nova Legends podcast, I have Robinson center Georgia Simonsen. Robinson center forward guard. She does it all. And she's going to Radford next year, but she's led the Rams to four straight regional championships and just had an amazing career. One of the best players in the history of Robinson, which is there's a lot of great players there, including my sister in the Hall of Fame, but so many others. Georgia, great to see you. Thanks for doing this.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, of course. Well, first, congratulations about Radford. The last time we talked, you hadn't decided yet, and I'm not even sure if the Radford offer had come through when the last time we talked. So that was kind of new, but I know it happened a while ago now. Why'd you choose Radford, and are you excited to play for Coach Mike McGuire?
Yes, I'm super excited to play for him. And in the end, it was all about like the coaches for me. I think the coaches can make or break the experience you have playing basketball, and the whole coaching staff is great up there. My parents and I we went on my visit during the summer, and it was amazing. I mean, the facility alone is great, but the coaches are super welcoming, and I think they have the same values as I do. When it comes to basketball and just the things I think are most important, they also do. And that was one thing I really wanted to have a good connection with playing in college. So, yeah, that was pretty much my biggest decision when I was choosing. But, yeah, I'm super excited to play there. I love the team. I love the girls, and the coaches are great.
Yeah. So after you get into a school, are you able to talk to the other players that are going there next year, and also the players that are on the team already? Have you guys been in contact?
Yeah, so I went on my official visit, I think in October, where there's four commits, and I met two of the other girls, and then one of them, she just couldn't make it that time. But yeah, so I met the whole team, and then I also met two out of the three other commits that I'll be going with.
Oh, cool. So you've been following the team closely this year?
Yeah, yeah, me and my family watch every game on
Okay.
ESPN. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. ESPN Plus or three, whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, your mother's from down there, right?
She went to Radford.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
really excited about that.
Yeah. Did that have any effect on your decision to go to Radford? Your mother?
Not really. I know she was pushing it a lot, and I mean, obviously it worked. So, but yeah, she was super excited about going down there again after she went there.
Yeah.
But no, she left it up to me for the most part, which was really nice. But yeah, she is really excited that I'm going there.
Oh, great. Well, you're a Highlander. I mean, I think I'm a McLean Highlander sometimes. That's not such a great vision, but the Radford Highlanders are great. My father's from Bedford, but his
Okay.
brother lived in Christiansburg for a long time, and I have a lot of family in the area. It's really nice, friendly people
Yeah.
uh, down there. So it's great. Now, with all the NIL and the portal and stuff, a lot of young players are getting left behind. So I mean, you're an amazing player, and your spot at Radford's well deserved. When you look around at other seniors, do most of the seniors have homes? Are the good players getting Division I offers?
I think for the most part, a lot of the seniors have some offers. But yeah, I do think that just like the exposure is very different now. I think it really depends on if you hit the right tournament at the right time. My AU coach personally, Coach Mo, he was reaching out to coaches for me, which helped a ton. And I definitely think it's a lot about like the type of coach you have, as well as the tournaments you're going to with your team, like especially the circuits you're in. But yeah, I just think sometimes you miss out on a couple tournaments, and that could make or break you getting an offer or not. But I think a lot of the seniors, especially in like our district, have offers. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when you look back on your high school career, are you glad you stuck it out at Robinson? Now, it'd have been easy for you to, at least your last year, to go to one of these private schools. I'm sure they would have loved you. They probably blew up your phone over the last couple of years. But like all good people, you stayed at Robinson and got and worked it out. And we're so glad you did. Are you glad you stayed at Robinson? Was the experience worth it being at the same school for all 4 years?
Oh yeah, I 100% think it was a good decision to stay at Robinson. I mean, I think personally the only reason to go to a private school is if you want, again, more competition, but to in the end play in college. But I think at this point AAU is where you're going to get most of like the sights and the views from the coaches. So I really thought if I have a good AAU team, good AAU coach, I can get all that from there. But just playing at Robinson has always been great, and I never really had the thought to leave, go to a different school. Yeah, I figured I was just going to stay here the whole time, and I'm really glad I did. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. So your first year, at least your first year, maybe your first 2 years, you played with your older sister.
Yes.
She was a really good player. I think Anna was her name. Yeah.
Amelia.
I'm sorry.
Amelia.
Amelia, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Where's Amelia now, and how is she doing?
She's at JMU.
Okay.
Yeah, she's doing nursing up there. She really likes it.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. My
She
daughter's my daughter's there. They party a lot at James
Yeah.
Madison. So, but I'm sure Amelia's not like that.
Oh yeah.
Lily, on the other hand, if you're listening, behave yourself. Well, so, one thing that was interesting is your first year, you were kind of a role player, even that you're very good. And then, your sophomore to senior years, the team was kind of built around you. It was interesting. Obviously, I'm friends with Chris Jolly at Nova Hoops.
Mhm.
And every year it was like, well, Georgia doesn't, it's the whole team is going to be Georgia. It's going to be Georgia. But every year, other players emerge. And it's so awesome how you
Right.
have all these great teammates every year. And it's weird because they weren't even, it seemed like they weren't even there the year before. Like this year, I was looking at your lineup. You had Madison Coutinho,
Mhm.
London Augustin, Jamie Bevins, Parker Loud, London, and Lanice Dixon. Now,
Right.
how many of those girls played a major role last year?
Well, Maddie was one of the starters. She was our starting point guard last year.
Mhm.
I mean, she's continued to like she's been an uprise. She's great, especially on defense. But yeah, she was a strong returner that we had coming into this year as a starter. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the other ones had played JV, or they hadn't
They
played
were
much.
no, they were still on varsity. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. They were just okay. Well,
Mhm.
it's amazing. Now, the different teams that you've had, have they all had different flavors and different ways of playing? Or because of Coach Day, who's an amazing coach,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, do they all tend to play the same?
Yeah, I think even when new people come up, we all have the same like values at Robinson, and that's especially defense. And I think everybody plays into that mindset of defense comes first. We put all of our energy to defense, and eventually it translates into offense. So I think everyone's just been kind of continuing on to what we've had. So yeah, I think just having those values and them understanding that eventually we all end up being good every year, obviously.
Yeah, you win the region every year.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get a chance to see you play this year. I'm sorry.
That's
I will make it before the end of the season. Um, Last year when I saw you play, I mean, you were all over the place. You're very comfortable shooting threes in the post. Your game was very versatile.
mhm.
How about this year? Have you added more stuff on the outside? Are you playing similarly, or is your game even more diverse?
Um, I think it's still pretty diverse. I'm not out on the 3-point line a lot, but me and Coach Dade argue about that if he doesn't like it when I'm out there. But I like to shoot the threes.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm mostly a post inside. But a lot of the times I'll like catch it on the wing at the 3-point line, and I'll end up like attacking the middle. But yeah, I think my strongest point as a player right now is in the post.
Mhm.
Just, I
Where do
mean,
you?
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. What did you
No,
say?
go ahead. You're good.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself playing at Radford?
So I talked to Coach Mike, and I think I'll be playing forward there.
Okay.
So basically the same. I just will be more on the like wing, attacking the basket instead of just sitting in the paint like I do now.
Yeah. Do you think you'd be shooting threes as well in college?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, I imagine you will be. So,
Mhm,
well, last year you lost to Thomas Dale, and they were just amazing. Those two Richmond
mhm.
teams were just, lights out last year, and I think there was a couple other teams that were really good.
Yeah.
Um, you know, this year, I looked at your schedule, and most of the teams that you're, most of the teams you played, I felt like you guys either could beat them or it was going to be a close game. But it's interesting. Sometimes you guys lost by a lot, or sometimes
Right.
you won by a lot, and it was weird. I couldn't see any really rhyme and reason to that. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think a lot of like I think our biggest weakness is just walking into the games. And we talk about this as a team all the time, but I don't know if I don't know if we're underestimating the teams, which I don't think we are. I just think we don't start as strong as we need to. So we don't get that momentum and we can't feed off the energy that we usually do.
Mhm,
So we're really just screwing ourselves over. But I
mhm,
think especially when we do start off strong and when we like kill it the first quarter, we just continue off of that positive energy from each other, from like the fans, from the bench, from everyone, and we that's when we end up pulling out a game by much more than we probably were supposed to.
Yeah. Were you pretty sure from the beginning that you guys are going to be good like you usually are, or was there a moment from during the year where it started to click and you guys are playing at a high level?
Personally, I thought we were going to be good from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think even at tryouts, I knew like everyone on the team who was on varsity was there to obviously be in the same position as we were last year and the past couple years. So I never had a doubt like that we wouldn't make it as far as we did.
Well, this year a little different. You guys lost districts, and I believe you'd won
Yeah,
districts the last 3 years.
right.
How disappointing was that to lose districts? I mean, your season went on, but were you disappointed?
Very. I was very disappointed. I think we didn't play half as good as we were supposed to. We didn't again, we didn't come out strong like we obviously needed to in order to pull that game out. And I think it was super disappointing, especially like my senior year, but I didn't let it get to me. I mean, we came out stronger the next game and eventually they were knocked out. So it all worked out, but it was yeah, very disappointing in the moment.
Did you cry after the game?
Oh yes.
You did? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I was really upset about that.
Yeah, I always check out the All Things Robinson site because they have great pictures. I didn't
Mm.
see one of you crying, so because usually you're smiling because you're winning. I have to go find
Yeah.
one of Georgia crying.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
rough.
Now, I imagine that the Edison game was a nervous night for you because
Oh, yeah,
yeah, because it's a great coach. Coach Lewis, as we know, is an amazing coach. And if you lose the game, your career is over. How
right.
nervous were you going into that game?
Oh, I was super nervous. I mean, I've played someone on Edison, Sarah Chalky, we play on the same AAU team, and every year she's been talking like, "We're coming back for you," since we played in my freshman year. So I was excited to play against her, but yeah, super nervous, because obviously they're a great team. We really didn't know what to expect coming into it, offensively, like what they were gonna play on defense. So we were kind of preparing for absolutely anything, but I think we played really well, and I think I don't remember exactly, but I don't think we had a great start to the game, but I think we came out and eventually pulled it right back to where we wanted to be. But yeah, very, very nervous going into that game.
Yeah, it's elimination games for the fans are fun.
Right,
I love them because too many times in sports you have to beat teams over and over again. No one is ever eliminated these days. So
right.
finally get to those nights. There's like a tension in the air. It makes the game fun to watch. But I do feel that when my son played his last soccer game, he played at Yorktown. I remember
Mhm.
I didn't cry in front of him, but I felt like crying because it was just the
I
last time I
know.
ever seen him. And he didn't play in college.
Yeah, it's
So
hard. Yeah.
it's hard. Anyway, I'm probably embarrassing him now as well. So I only have one more kid to embarrass before we're done.
Oh,
So then you played West Potomac in the regional final.
yes.
You probably were more relaxed that night because you knew win or lose, you go on. What was your mindset before that game?
I was still very nervous for the game because I knew, I mean, we beat them the first time, they beat us the second time. It could really go either way. And I think as a team, we talked about how it pretty much relied on us. And if we are to play at our level, then we'll be able to pull the game out. And then if we play down and we're not playing at our highest level defensively, then obviously it's not going to go our way. So yes, I knew we would still be in it, but I didn't want to go into states without a title yet. So I think that was my motivation personally, was just to get a title to finish out regions and then go into states with.
Yeah. Well, you did it.
Mhm.
Won that game. Got some hardware for your senior year, and plus you're alive. And you get Oakton. Now I saw Oakton play against Langley, and
Mhm.
they're small.
Right.
Good team, but that's probably a pretty good matchup for you playing Oakton, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We were talking about that in film and then in practice before. I thought it was going to be a super close matchup between us two.
Yeah. And they started out in the lead early, I believe,
Yeah.
and then you guys came back and took control of the game in the second quarter.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Great win. So we're past Oakton, and now we're going to Manchester,
Mhm.
and I believe you're on the road to
We are,
Manchester.
yes. We're
Yeah.
traveling up there.
Are you happy to take a road trip, or you wish it was home?
I actually am really excited. I've never been on like a charter bus with the team, so I'm actually excited just for the experience alone. And I mean, last year we played Thomas Dale here, so I guess we get the best of both worlds. But yeah, I'm excited to travel up there with the team.
Yeah. Do you know much about Manchester?
We've been watching some film. I personally have, and then we're gonna watch more tomorrow. But there's not a lot. of film out, so a lot of recent stuff isn't there. So we've had to get film from other people, but it's I mean, I've been following them most of the season, obviously last year, so I know them as a team and their players, but yeah.
They're being a little shady with the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't watch a lot of it.
Yeah, I know that game. It's some coaches take the film down right
I
after the game.
yeah,
Others wait, and I like to I like to go back and watch a game, months ago if it's a good matchup that I miss, and
right.
it's hard to do that now. I mean, NFHS is a great thing, but I think
Mhm.
people are kind of using and abusing it. So so Georgia, if you win against Manchester, you advance into the state final, where you've
Yes.
never been that far before.
I've never known.
And I think I told you my sister won two state titles at Robinson, 80 and 81. And I
Okay.
went down there. It was huge. I mean, I didn't win it, but I felt like I was part of it,
Right.
even though she spent most of her childhood hating me. But I was so proud of her, and she was a great player.
Mhm.
What would it mean to you to win a state championship?
It would mean everything. I mean, especially my senior year, it would be great. I think it would show that everything eventually paid off and we got to where we wanted to be, where I've been working on getting, and I think all the girls, especially this year, have their mindset on getting there and winning it. But yeah, it would mean a lot for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Georgia, this is a really exciting time of your life. You're in
Mhm.
the state semifinals. You have prom and you have graduation coming up. I mean, this is a really fun time. Are you really looking forward to the spring and all these things that seniors do when they're seniors?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I don't want the season to be over because again, I won't have AAU to play. So it's basically just me training with my trainer and then just working out myself. But so I'll definitely be missing AAU, but I'm excited for like prom and then graduation also. And then I leave for college summer training in the early or late June. So
Oh, wait, and you stay there or do you come home in August?
I'll stay for about 5 weeks, I think, and then I'll come back for a couple and then go back for college, the school actually.
So seniors no longer play AAU?
Yeah, no, it's just 17U is the highest.
Okay. Yeah. I refereed for many years, and there was 19 and under. There wasn't a lot of teams, but there was always an elite team in every
Yeah,
area, and it was interesting. But I guess they're going to put the resources on the kids that need,
yeah,
opportunities. That makes sense.
right.
So anyway, Georgia, look, it was Coach Tate has been avoiding me, so I really appreciate you giving the Robinson perspective. I'm a huge fan of yours. I'm sure your mother has probably heard me always talking about you on the podcast. I think you're great. I
Thank
wish I
you.
can come down and support you, but I promise you, if you get to the state final, we will definitely be there. So you gotta win for me.
Yes, yes, that's our goal is to make it and
Yeah.
win it.
Yeah. Well, you'll do it. Well, look, best of luck and thanks again for doing this.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. See you, Georgia.
Bye.
All right. Take care.